Hello everyone and welcome back. This is my complete Amazing Spider-Man collection. A lot of my key issues I have slabbed, some fortunately, some unfortunately, but I've got some pretty big key issues in this run. I don't have many of the early issues, the single digit. I don't think I have any single digit issues, but a lot of the big keys later on, I have those. There's some kind of weird stuff I have, like that first Cletus Cassidy and like an 8.5 for whatever reason, but I've got some really nice ones here, like ASM 50, First Kingpin. I actually got that a couple months ago. Thought I'd do an update video of what the collection looks like now. This is really something that I haven't really attempted to sell or move or do anything with. This is one that I just keep piecing away at, buy an issue here, buy an issue there. If I see a key for cheap, I'll buy it. But finding ASM, just anything from like 1 to 300, a lot of times you're gonna have to pay the piper because everybody's looking for that. These are kind of how I'm keeping a lot of my raw books now, and they just look so much better. You can get back into them, so I enjoy that. And several of these books have actually been on the wall. Love this one, ASM 299, and then one of my favorites of all time is that 316, and then the Venom cover, kind of the William Shakespeare homage. I also threw some of these newer issues in. I really don't collect anything after ASM 400, but if there are other key issues and like the J. Scott Campbell stuff, I will collect. And then, any of the bigger key Amazing Spider-Man books, I will collect. Here is my Craven's Last Hunt, some of the raw copies I have. And then this is just my Spider-Man life story. I'm missing the annual of that. This is one of my earlier issues. I got that book for really cheap, as well as many of these double-digit ASM books. I got these really cheap at a convention in Charlotte, and I've really just kind of held on to them because, to be honest with you, they are the condition that I would want Silver Age Spidey books to be in. I'm very happy with that. A lot of books missing there from 50 to 100, but after that, as far as just like missing a couple here, a couple there, I mean, I've got most of this stuff, some in significantly better condition than others. A few that I'd like to get maybe one day is like First Shocker. I mean, a dream book would be First Doc Ock, any of the Sinister Six books, and I'd like to get that ASM annual for the first Sinister Six. I think that's a great book too, but you're gonna have to pay the piper for that as well. A lot of these books, I bought these very likely on the high end. Unfortunately, I bought these 2021, some in 2020, beginning of 2022, so a lot of these I really paid the piper on. And if I ever did sell this, I would definitely be taking a loss. But I mean, this is the kind of stuff that every collector wants to have in their collection. I mean, this is the run. This is Amazing Spider-Man. And honestly, I've been kind of critical of Spidey in the past, but some of my favorite villains come from this run. I mean, as far as like a rogues gallery, I mean, I think Batman's #1, and then you have Spider-Man #2 as far as the hero or the villains that came out of that run. Everybody kind of talks about Fantastic Four as being that breeding ground of best minor role characters or villains, but man, pound for pound, Amazing Spider-Man, I think it's even better than that. You just have so many huge characters. Then you got some more minor keys here coming up, like ASM 209, And then here soon we'll get into the Hobgoblin stuff. This is the the Juggernaut little 2-issue part of the run right there. Great little story. But like I said, I mean, as far as Spider-Man issues, like, you know, I would say the Kraven's Last Hunt is probably the best Spider-Man story I've read. And then some of those beginning issues from the Silver Age, you know, Spidey's origins, you know, the introduction of the Sinister Six, those have really kind of been the best stories I've read. The McFarlane stuff, that Silver Sable's a reprint. I need to get the first print of that. But as far as the McFarlane stuff, you know, it's really cool art, especially internally. And the covers are great too. That's coming up here soon in a minute. But, you know, the stories, I just don't have much nostalgia for that. And here's the other parts of the Kraven's Last Hunt. I don't have as much nostalgia for that, so it doesn't hit the same for me. And then here comes the McFarlane stuff. There's one with a sticker for $8, which, you know, that's kind of some of the prices I was paying for some of this later Spider-Man runs. You know, I would say a lot of people had to pay that kind of money for that. That pink sticker on that Grey Hulk book, that was actually from like another buy. I don't think that was actually what I paid for that book. Possibly paid more, don't know. And didn't really keep track of what I paid for it because I was really just trying to assemble this run. As far as like the value of this, with all the keys, you know, I kind of at first I was like, well, you know, maybe it's worth like 6,000 or 7,000, you know, because I've got first Kingpin, I've got first Punisher, but then I start looking at it again and I'm like, man, maybe this is worth closer to 10. I don't know, like some of those other key books are still pretty valuable. But see, like this ASM 375, I mean, that's got big indentions, big spine ticks. But that first Spider-Man 2099 from ASM 365, like that was a really clean copy. And I have some duplicates in there I didn't actually know I had. But as far as like this other stuff, I mean, you know, the ASM 361, I mean, that's a newsstand, but then that 8.5 Cletus Cassie, I mean, I don't know. This ASM, that first ASM 14 first Green Goblin, I mean, I paid like $1,800, maybe $2,000 for that. I can't remember. So, you know, I have definitely paid a lot for this, but I love having it. I mean, these are iconic, classic books every collector would want to have. Guys, do you have an ASM run? Do you have any of these books? Let me know. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. I appreciate you guys watching, and I plan on doing some more of these videos showing off my collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.